Hello everyone, my name is Rendi and today's video is all about speed, particularly involving UIMs and fire capes. Now if you don't know me already, well, I've done a lot of tasks on this game involving the fire cape and have even gotten a level 3 with a fire cape, being the lowest possible combat in the game. But if you all also know me, you know I choke, especially under the pressure of time. And this, along with the coupling fact of me just wanting to make progress accounts lately, has in the past really led me away from wanting to speedrun any aspect of this game at all. But fortunately for all of you who have been hounding me about this, you're in luck today. And I'm going to go ahead and try this out for myself and speedrun a fire cape on an Ultimate Ironman from scratch. Now, why have I decided on this challenge and to speedrun this exact set of rules? Well, because a larger YouTuber by the name of Settled, who many of you know already, decided to somewhat invent and develop this challenge for the fastest from birth, account creation, or whatever you want to call it, Ultimate Ironman speedrun to fire cape. So after people bugging me to death about this, I've decided yes, I'm going to do this, but only this one time. And it's kind of going to be an experimental run. I don't expect to perfect this at all, and to be honest, it's an easy video. It's a speed run. All I gotta do is invest a few hours playing the game, plus a little time preparing, right? Well, of course, that and editing this video. But yes, I do want to give a quick shout out to Settled. I'll put his channel in the description below because he's the one who kind of pioneered this idea, and you can check out his 3-part series on his UIM Fire Cape speedrun as well down there in the description below. But first, I want to talk to you about our sponsor for today's video, MANSCAPED. Yes, once again, MANSCAPED. I really truly believe in their products, and that's why today I'm not just showing you the functionality of their Lawnmower 4.0 razor here, but also their entirely new line of skin and hair care products. That's right, MANSCAPED has extended its product line. This includes all of your hair and skin necessities, called the MANSCAPED Ultra Premium Collection. It's an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man and covers you from head to toe, literally. Now I know you all love saving time and money like myself, and that's why MANSCAPED has perfected the 5 steps in 5 minutes routine to help us guys save on both of these factors. The 5-step plan includes the MANSCAPED 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, the body wash with refined cologne scent, the hydrating body spray, the aluminum-free stick deodorant, and of course, a new free gift, the moisturizing lip balm. That's right, 5 whole products for a quick 5-step routine every man needs in his life. Now, I really love the textures and scents of pretty much all of these products, and I have been using these on the daily for the last few weeks, and let's just say my fiance can definitely tell the difference. So thank you MANSCAPED for covering me head to toe, and go to manscaped.com and use promo code Rendi for 20% off your order plus free international shipping. So if you all did watch that 3-part UIM series that Settled put together on his speedrun of the fire cape, well, you will have noticed by the end of it, he had achieved an account playtime of around 34 hours. But right before he was about to complete it, someone had already beaten him, and that was a RuneScape speedrunner by the name of Evanabi, who had clocked this time all the way down to 19 hours and 20 minutes. So the concept of this video is basically, I just have to beat the best time, and currently it's 19 hours and 20 minutes. So I took my lazy ass to a very scuffed notepad doc and spent about 2 hours formulating a plan and an account route I would take through this account to hopefully bring that 19 hours down to around 10 to 14 hours of total game time on a UIM. And why did I think cutting down the time so much would be possible? Well, simply because of coincidence. On my progress series, I'll also link in the description below, I managed to do a Jengaberry only fire cape with pretty minimal stats, and this happened very recently. And I was just trying to progress that account with its very snowflake Ironman restrictions. Come to find out, I didn't even need a prayer potion, so seeing how easy that was on that account, I'm going to do a like-minded approach here and not even bother at all with prayer potions, defense, or any of that nonsense. I'm just gonna skip all that, get to the nitty-gritty fight caves with only Jengaberries and no prayer potions, unlike the other 2 speedrunners before me. And lastly, like I said at the start of this video, this will likely be beaten, and this is going to be my only time doing this. I don't plan to continue on and go down the same route with just very slight variations. Throughout this video, I will even tell you certain ways you can beat my time. I just wanted to give my hand at it and use my knowledge and experience to formulate possibly this new route that's a little bit quicker. This is going to be the speedrun UIM cape. I am terrible at speedruns, but let's just see how this goes. First things first, I bought a bond already off the site. I don't have to waste time in game handing one over to this account. I love supporting Jagex financially, everyone knows this. I need the fancy mustache. There it is. Monopoly, man. Let's go, baby. Controls F5. This is intense as fuck. Let's do this. Now, there are some of these dialogues you can click off of without having to complete. But you know what? I'm not all about that. I don't know what the fuck those are, so we're just going as fast as we can normally. Actually, I gotta get my bond out first. Then we're gonna thieve some men. Two thieving already. We're getting some good fucking RNG here. Alright, 7 minutes. How does tutorial island take us 7 minutes? Holy shit, we're terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to the range tutor and try to get her to toggle my ammo to pick it up here. Yes, you can somehow get the range tutor to toggle ammo to be picked up straight to your ammo slot, which is super handy here. And right now I'm teleporting to Ferox Enclave. This so far was the plan. Get 5 thieving, go straight to Ferox Enclave, drop all this shit out of my inventory right here. Yes, I'm even dropping my UIM gear, or destroying it, I should say, and then I'm going to be heading all the way to the Boneyard in the wilderness to go ahead and get our 44 prayer requirement out of the way. Am I speaking pretty quickly? You bet I am. That's because this is a speed run and we gotta talk quickly to get through this quickly, baby. So yeah, we're heading to the Boneyard right now. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and log out right here to get my alt account set up on my other computer. Alright, I've got all alt accounts aligned perfectly in sync to actually trap all of these skeletons off. So yes, on my secondary computer, I've literally taken the time now to lure all of these skeletons around the area in 5 worlds, and these are all F2P worlds. That's because not as many people PK in F2P worlds, so there won't be as much risk to my account here. I needed this done because I needed to minimize my chance of dying and therefore restarting with bones. As you can see me hopping right here, you can also see all of my alts that I have prepared in the corner of the screen, protecting me from the skeletons. These are going to be great because once again, I don't want to die, because if I die, I'm going to lose bones, and if I lose bones, I'll have to come back and get some more. So this is the fastest method I could think of to possibly collect bones, and from here you'll see the next step in my plan where I take these bones all the way to the Chaos Altar, and of course the most efficient means as well. Alright, so I've got a full inventory of bones. Now I'm heading all the way south to a wilderness obelisk. I'm going to be able to use this once in a P2P world. Currently I'm in an F2P world still because there's less NPCs here, there's no ints here, there's no unicorns here to attack me because I'm 10 HP with no fucking food and a full inventory of bones. But I got an alt account here running over in the P2P world to set up the obelisk because it has a wilderness hard diary done. Now this hard diary is done because it can direct my exact location whenever I activate the obelisk on this alt account. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and hop over at just the right time while taking aggression of all these ints, all these black unicorns, so my 10 HP, this low level shit account here, does not take any damage, as well as teleports to the exact location it needs to be, which is going to be that very deep wilderness next to the Chaos Altar once it hops over to that member's world. I'm using this altar because sometimes it doesn't consume my bones as well as it gives bonus XP. Okay, we got 22 per off the second load. We got to make our way back to the obelisk and command it through our secondary account here. This is future Rendi speaking here about one of those issues I could have possibly saved a little bit of time on. I could have saved maybe 5 to 10 minutes on this entire prayer grind. That's by possibly killing myself at the Wine of Zamorak, going back to Lumbridge, then logging out for around 15 minutes. That's because your minigame timer actually ticks down while you're logged out, and this whole goal is based on in-game time. So I could have then logged back into Lumbridge, used the Ferox minigame teleport back to the Ferox Enclave, sipped at the pool to get some run energy, which is the main component here of what I would need, and then I could have ran all the way to the Boneyard and back to the altar without ever having to use my alt to navigate me back to the Boneyard yet again and wasting more run energy. So right here I'm having to time this just right once again by getting the aggro and activating the teleport in order to teleport to that Chaos Altar area. Alright, there we go. That is 44 prayer completed. Gonna go ahead and kill myself, end up back in Lumbridge here. Okay, I'm headed back to Ferox Enclave now, and then I'm going to go pick up steel plate legs at the steel plate leg spawn in the wilderness, which is once again close to Ferox Enclave. So we're going to be able to get some GP from that, and we're going to sell that to the wilderness shop for high alch value. And I think I'm going to get 4, maybe 5 inventories of those. I have 4 written down, but I might go for 5 because I'm not sure about the whole GP balance, and this is all kind of a test. We have actually gotten 44 prayer at only 1 hour and 40 minutes playtime. This is super fast. And luckily we had no player deaths along the way. And so I can go ahead and collect these steel plate legs just as fast as possible, as long as we find a world with them in them. And I'll go ahead and go on an alt to make sure and figure out which world is which before hopping over. So on our alt here, I'm scouting the worlds here. I do need some GP for a bunch of things: supplies, arrows, Dorgeshan bow, bone bolts, all of that good stuff. Green D-hide even. I'm going to need a lot of supplies and a lot of... So like I said, right now I'm using an alt just to kind of scout the worlds out so I can minimize my time on the actual account that's going to be hopping in these worlds. All right, so let's go ahead and start hopping. Oh my god, there's a fucking spider already hitting me. It's in my body. We're gonna waste a whole like 20 seconds now on this world. I thought this would be a problem. I'm gonna have to formulate something new here because my HP is going to go down and I have no food. Also, it seems coincidentally at the same time I've stacked too many logins and log outs with world hops due to picking up bones earlier, so I'm just gonna end this for tonight. Alright, we're back, day 2. This is my new plan. I'm hopping over one at a time on these worlds on my alt account here, and I'm going to see if the world is clear with NPCs. Now this is the same alt I was using before to teleport me to the specific obelisk areas, so I'm also going to be standing at the entrance here to block some NPCs. Lastly, yes, this is going to take me probably a lot longer in terms of actual time, but in-game time this makes no difference because I'm logging in and out. At 488... And if there's not a steel plate leg in the world, I'll know beforehand. Okay. Alright, I've now done this process for a full inventory of steel plate legs, so I'm going to log back in and head to the general store. I'm once again checking if the world is clear for spiders here, and I'm going to log in right now and put protect melee up to get out of this area. Okay, 564 is clear, so we're going to hop in now, and I'm going to head over that way. Gotta put melee protect on because we can get one-shotted by these spiders here. I'm gonna save my run till we get to the bandit camp just to get through the doors and through the NPCs quicker. So we're inside now. I'm gonna go ahead and trade this guy here and start selling these, and my alt's gonna be buying them one at a time. Now this is an alt that I'm using on my other computer, so I've literally got dual-handed mice right now buying and selling these legs. Okay, so 16,800, that's just what we need. So I'm gonna go ahead and log out right now, save some time while I drop these on my alt account. Alright, I'm going to log back in and run south and waste a home teleport while I have it. This is going to allow me to minigame teleport to the Ferox Enclave and get some run energy, HP, prayer backup. And now I can't do this every time because it's not going to be 30-minute cooldown between each of these attempts, but once I get to under 20 wild here, I can use this, and I can't minigame teleport from in the wild, so that's why I'm having to home teleport first, then minigame teleport. Once I get past these bandits here, I should be able to do just that. And once again, this is a part I could have saved a lot of time at by just logging out inside the shop and waiting every time for the cooldowns on the teleports, and maybe I could have saved 5 minutes total time in this run. So from here, we're last man standing teleporting. I'm actually gonna have to log out real quick. My alt's getting attacked by someone at the general store. Okay, so we've got this other alt right next to us blocking this account, so I'm gonna go ahead and scout worlds again on this. For this, I'm gonna log out for now, and then I'm gonna scout the worlds on this alt. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I am running through free-to-play here. There's just less PKers. There's literally 20 people on some of these worlds total, and there's less NPCs. They took out a lot of the high-level NPCs, such as green dragons, and even some, like, unicorns, I think, on this route. Okay. Got our first pipe leg. Let's log out. And let's start scouting worlds again. Can't even make this up. I've seen this guy in this bucket helm and this range gear PKing at the wilderness shop in like 2 separate worlds. So he's hopping around the wilderness shop on my alt with the GP. He almost killed me twice. The alt that's spying the steel plate legs out of the shop. I don't think he can attack this account, but I don't know why. I didn't know there was actually people who hopped around and PK'd in F2P at the wilderness shop of all places. So now going to sell our 5th inventory, I believe, of steel plate legs. So already we got a problem here on the alt. I scouted a spider. I go ahead and lure that over before I log in on this account. Okay, prepare ourselves. This is the last inventory. We just got to get in, get out. Saw someone hop in and hop out. Hopefully they're not a threat because it looked like they were scared to death and they looked like an Ironman. So we're 8 combat now. How many people are going to be able to attack us anyways out here? So, well, yeah, let's go ahead and sell these as fast as fucking possible. You ever had to right click with your left hand and left click in a sequential order? It is not fun. Alright, we still got a minute left on our home teleport actually, unless that's incorrect. Sometimes it is. Yeah, I gotta wait another minute, so I'm gonna log out here. Alright, took a little break. We're gonna log back in now, home teleport, and do some other things along the way. I've got to do a lot of quests for Dorgish crossbow, for all the requirements for Dorgish crossbow, like the Lost Tribe, mining requirement, agility requirement, thieving requirement, all kinds of items I'm going to need along the way. And I have this routed kind of. I made this notepad, this really ghetto notepad, within a matter of like 2 or 3 hours on how I'm going to route this. So hopefully it works out. I've just got to be as fast as I can on all of this. So the first thing I'm going to do is log in, home teleport off the bat, probably then switch over to a member's world. I do need a pickaxe for Lost Tribe and to get some of the ores for Dork's quest later. Yes, it will be faster for me to actually mine the ores than to go all the way and start the giant dwarf and get access to the blast furnace shop. I'm gonna also go ahead and go up here and start Rune Mysteries quest. So we've got 81k cash, we're 2 hours and 6 minutes in, and we've got 43 prayer. So I think we're doing pretty good, to be honest. I'm going to try and start Lost Tribe now while we're in Lumbridge, just to save us some time of getting back here later. Okay, no, so we can't. For some quests you can actually start without the minimum requirements, but that's not one of them. So okay, we got the air talisman. The big problem with this account is going to be training all the way to 40 range. That might take some time. I really don't know how long that's going to take. I haven't even tested that, so that's what I'm most worried about. Okay, I'm going to talk to Cedrador here to continue on in the Rune Mysteries quest while we're around the Draenor area. Okay, then I'm going to buy a Chronicle, and I'd say 10 teleport cards is fine. I don't think I'll need more than that. We're going here to get the red berries we need for the red dye I'll need for Goblin Diplomacy quest. From here, I'm going to go make my way to get some onions and some snape grass. Okay, so I believe we need 2 onions. The fuck, did I just get an onion seed? I don't need an onion seed. That's my luck. I think that's pretty, like, that's like a 1 in 10 or 1 in 25 chance right there to get an onion seed. And I really just need onions. So we've gotten the snape grass. Now I'm going to go ahead and try and get the woad leaves from the gardener. Unfortunately, I can't use the shortcuts yet into Falador. I'm going to have to walk all the way around the gates. First, gonna give Aubrey his package, then head to the Varrock Archery Shop. While we're here, I'm grabbing this leather body off this table. I know this spawn from my recent series, so it's a little bit of extra range bonus for training I can use. Alright, we're at the archery shop. This isn't an exact science, but I'm buying one of every bow practically up until Willow. Then I'm going to go ahead and try and buy maybe 3,500, maybe 4,000 iron arrows. I don't even know for sure how much it's going to be to actually shoot these out and not have to pick them up because I don't want to waste time picking them up. I have 3,500 arrows. I would hope that's enough for 28 range. So one more world hop, then we're gonna buy the studded chaps across the street. Alright, dropped my 50 bronze arrows I accidentally bought and buying these beautiful studded chaps here to train from 20 to 40 range later. Now I'm gonna use my minigame teleport back to Last Man Standing, back to Ferox Enclave from here, and I'm gonna get some run energy and show you this super quick shortcut to Artie. Our way to Edgeville. And this is going to be our fast track to Artie, since no minigame teleports are really that close to it. Luckily there's no one here to kill us and ruin the entire run, so that's always good. Gonna go ahead and buy 2 ropes, 4 buckets, and a tinderbox. Oh, that's unfortunate, there's no buckets here. Hopefully that doesn't fuck up our plan. I think there's a bucket spawn where we're going anyways. Okay, that's for the Lost Tribe quest. And now we're gonna thieve some cakes to 13 thieving over at the cake stall in Artie. I'd never thought I'd be into EHP, but here we are. I'm concentrating on efficient skilling. Oh no, this lady's gonna start stealing my cakes. But guess what? I'm already 13. Too slow, bitch. Catch you on the other side. Let's go to Gnome Stronghold. Are you serious? You think I have time to help you lift this shit? I'm on a speed run, woman. Let me through the gate. Okay, let's get over this log. Let's get some 10 agility here. Maybe we'll get like a fucking squirrel pet at 3 agility or something crazy. Still only 6 agility. Agility is super slow, unfortunately. It's slowing our time down now.
My granny can move faster than you.
Well, now she can. I'm 13 agility. We got the level. Oh wait, no, I'm 10 agility. We're gonna get 13 in Draenor, that's right. But yeah, our time is frozen. I'm gonna see if I can hop worlds and that makes the time actually legitimate and unfrozen. And it looks like it actually did, thank God. So I need a dwellberry, a bucket of milk. Actually, I'm gonna buy the rest of these buckets of milk because I can empty them and get those 4 buckets I needed earlier. I also need the chocolate dust for this quest, and I'm gonna go ahead and make the hangover cure right now to save some inventory space because we are an ultimate Iron Man with no bank. I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of these hats because I need a little bit of fashionscape in my life. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna buy one of the fucking boots as well because I don't think we're gonna get any of those. Alright, our minigame timer's up. That means we're going to actually make a fast track back to Artie by using this Ferox Enclave teleport once again. I'm gonna get some run energy over here at the pool, and then we're going to use the transport method back through the lever in Edgeville. Alright, so we've used our Dwellberry to make the Plague Mask. Now we're using our 4 buckets that I filled up with water in the sink there to make this soil soft, and then I'm going to head over to West Artie. And why am I doing this quest? Mining XP, of course. We need 18 mining for the Lost Tribe quest, and Dork's quest just isn't going to cut that. Okay, here we go. Finishing up Plague City, going to get us 15 mining exactly, which is why I did this before Dork's quest, because now I can just go ahead and mine the iron ore with my exact mining level. Alright, now I'm going to start X marks the spot. I'm going to get a little base range off that as well. I'm going to eventually need to go to sand crabs to train. So, that's why we're having to do this. But back in the day, back in my day, we didn't have to do X marks the spot to get the Zaya, but nowadays you do. Alright, we're going to go ahead and complete Rune Mysteries while we're over here near Draenor Village. And that should be Rune Mysteries done. That is required for Lost Tribe, required for the Dorgishan Bow and the Bone Bolts. This is a long chat dialogue, man. Holy shit. Okay, there we go. Rune Mysteries completed. I'm also going to continue X marks the spot. Then get 10 to 13 agility, because 13 agility is required for the Lost Tribe. And then I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to make these dyes before I get the agility, because I think the Law of Equivalent Exchange doesn't apply in RuneScape, so... mass in does not equal mass out. I can make the dyes with the onions and red berries here, and they're going to weigh less in my inventory before I do the actual agility on top of Draenor. I'm pick up some of this cheese and this tomato here in case I fall down the drain or thing and need some health. Yeah, we're going to climb up this and get 13 agility. Alright, that's 13 agility. That's the requirement for the Lost Tribe. I'm going to go ahead and go over here and dig this fucking spot. Now we're going to head over, finish X marks the spot. We're going to use that on our range level, get that up a little bit just to start off a little bit quicker than normal. So I'm going to go over here and mine these ore for Doric's quest real quick. I believe it's 2 iron, 4 copper, and 6 clay. So I'm going to do this while I'm over here in this mine pit. It has all 3 of those elements inside of it. That was a quick iron ore mine for 15 mining and bronze pickaxe. Holy shit. Alright, that's going to be Doric's quest completed. Here we're going to hit 18 mining, the exact requirement for Lost Tribe. I almost said Death to Dorgashan. We're not doing that quest. Now we're going to go ahead and finish Goblin Diplomacy because once again that's another requirement for the Lost Tribe quest. I've already collected all the dyes in my inventory along this route, so now all I got to do is pick up the Goblin Mail from the crates and complete the quest. I'm going to log out because I have to wait 11 minutes to start Lost Tribe. But whenever that's passed, I'm going to come back and we're going to start Lost Tribe quest. Alright, so the best part about this quest helper is you don't have to go and talk to every single person to ask them about the basement. You literally, it already knows the NPC you're supposed to talk to. So there we go, that step is over with. I don't have to spend, 20 minutes talking to every fucking person in Lumbridge. I could just get that out of the way, even though it did give me the worst NPC because he's the farthest away from the castle. I know, really far. Had some time to, take a shit, eat some food, logged out to get my home teleport back, and here we are saving time in the actual game. So even though Migstag here, Mistag, whatever the fuck his name is, doesn't have a right-click follow option, you can go through the dialogue at this point in the quest to get back a little bit quicker to Lumbridge. And of course, I'm almost done with this quest. So yes, I'm actually walking straight past the ham hideout right now. Fuck that, we have something more important to do. We're gonna waste like a whole 3 minutes doing it because it is that important. A real man's gotta get his true fashion scape on, as well as, of course, this 1 defense bonus cape. There we go. Honestly, the hardest task to overcome besides training, Death to Dorgashan quest completed. We can now go buy bone bolts and, of course, the Dorgashan crossbow. This is going to be our main bow and bolts we're going to be using for the entire fight cave, so this was extremely important to get done, even though it had all of those requirements and weird routes along the way. Alright, I was only buying 5 bone bolt packs a world. That's because I basically just have very specific sets of how much GP I should be spending during each process of this very crude notepad. And now my minigame teleports up, so I'm going to actually head to fight pits. Yeah, fight pits, but we're not going to be doing fight caves quite yet. I'm going to run up to Brimhaven through the fight pits dungeon, and then I'm going to be buying Karambwans. This food is going to be used for both the fight caves itself and possibly even training if I need it. I'm only going to be buying about 6 of these Karambwans total. So luckily, here we are as well in Brimhaven, right next to charter ships. I'm going to go ahead and take this to Port Sarim and start my training process as soon as possible on Seagulls. Yes, Seagulls, they have low as fuck defense, and they always hit zeros. I'm going to be doing that for probably until 27 or 28, 29 range, something like that. I'll figure that out in a bit. Alright, so we are now at exactly 3 hours and 39 minutes. We're starting the training process. We got the lamp to start 4 range, off with that whatever the quest is that involves a spade. I can't even think. But right now, I'm going to try not to waste my time picking up iron arrows. I think this should be enough to get us to 28 range at Seagulls. Seagulls have a negative 42 defense bonus, so I can actually, you know, hit them quite easily. As well, they are guaranteed to hit 0 on me if they do even attack me. This is going to be very good for this early range training. I'm probably going to switch to sand crabs at around 28, 29 range when I can max on the level 2 Seagulls, being a 6, which is their HP. And yeah, right now I'm just trying to get as fast of range XP as I can, which, like I said, involves me not picking up these arrows at all and training on these Seagulls all the way up until 28. Now, I'm not prey flicking Eagle Eye quite yet because, well, 15% of 4 is rounded down is still not even a +1 to my accuracy or strength. I'll be flashing the Eagle Eye once I hit 7 range, and I can already switch to my Oak Shortbow. I almost forgot. We're already 5 range. See, the actual hit chance on these Seagulls is insanely good. So like I said, this is not an exact science. I don't know, you know, if these 3,500 arrows are going to be enough without picking them up to even get me to 28 range. But I'll just have to see, and I'll switch it off and start picking them up if obviously I see that I'm wasting too many in a row. And I feel like this is going to be one of the longest processes. I think it'll take me at least 2 hours to get 40 range from scratch here, unfortunately. So we're prey flicking now, basically for the rest of our lives, or the rest of this account's life, because yeah, we're doing this till fight caves and Jad. Already 20 range now. We can now wield the Willow Shortbow and Studded Chaps. It's going to speed up training quite a bit. That's a lot of ranged bonus. So we're going to go ahead and get all the way to the requirement for the Dorkshan Crossbow. Then we can maybe switch to Sand Crabs. It'll just depend on how fast I'm killing these and if I'm overhitting their HP and they're not spawning, etc. Alright, so we've gotten 28 range. I'm killing these things almost faster than they're respawning at the moment, so I might actually switch over to sand crabs here shortly. And I'm probably going to go to the general store in Shazian while I'm there and possibly buy like some lizard kickers. They're going to give me a +4 boost, so I can get a decent boost for about 30 minutes. So even though they have less defense than sand crabs, and I'm not going to be having to wait for respawn, like I think I'm already maxing a 6, so I can already one-hit these seagulls. The DPS on this Dorkshan crossbow with the bone bolts is actually barely higher than my bow with iron arrows, but it's still better, so that's why I've already switched into it. I'm gonna get one more range level. I think that's when I hit 7s, and that's when I can max over the level 2s. Then I'll go over to Zaya, get those lizard kickers, and then head to the sand crabs. So there it is, finally 29 range. I can now hit 7, so I'm heading over to Zaya. I'm going to go to the lizard kicker shop as well as the general store in Shazian area so I can actually sell some of the spare stuff I have on me and get that range bonus. Let's see if he'll actually take me to Land's End here. Okay, he will. Sweet. So yeah, from here I'm going to run north up to Shazian general store. Here are those beautiful lizard kickers. They give a +4 to range. They even sold out because I'm such a big money spender here. So I'm having to hop worlds and get a second set. All right, let's head to sand crabs. So this is everything I'll need until the fight caves. I dropped all the other useless trash. I'll eventually consume these lizard kickers though and replace them with jengerberries from the jengerberry spawn. The rope is required to get to the island that actually has the jengerberries, and the coins I'm going to use at the Narda shop for green d'hide. Check out this cool shortcut. Also, I'm going to get a monk top from the monastery later. Alright, the final stretch. Training is taking a while, but we're now switching over to sand crabs, getting 40 range as a final goal before I enter the fight caves. I'm going to be flicking this whole time because I have very limited food, and it's going to give me some range bonus to train with. Coming up on 40 range here, there's the level, and that's what I need for fight caves. Finally, this training has taken much longer than I expected. An HP level as well right there on accident. Didn't know that was going to happen. Gonna home teleport and go to the desert and buy my green d'hide. If you guys didn't know, there's a shop in Narda, the adventure store, that sells green d'hide VAMs and chaps, so that's where I'm going to be headed here. I should have enough money to buy both those chaps and VAM braces, as well as travel twice on the rug merchant here. So we're going to Polnavich first, then Narda second. Alright, here we are at the adventure store. No, you don't need the Champions Guild to get green d'hide, chaps, and VAM braces. They sell them literally here in Narda, so I got the VAMs and the chaps. So now that we've got that range bonus, I'm heading back to the Ferox Enclave to get one of the last items we need, Jangerberries. What's funny is the ogres on this island specifically are not aggressive here, and that's because during the quest you have to talk to an NPC, so we can successfully world hop without having any kind of combat damage on us and stalling our world hop timer, which is super handy as well. I don't need to eat any food obviously, or bring an alt here for some sort of protection. It's really quick and easy, and there's our full inventory of Jangerberries. All we have left to do now is the monk robe top. One way to get back to Enclave is like this, by switching to an F2P world. Bet you didn't know that. Cool fun fact right there. Alright, so we've got inside the monk's order. I'm going to pick up this robe off the table and drop the leather body instead, because I don't really need the +2 range bonus. I just need some prayer bonus for when I mess up. As well, if you didn't know, this altar up here gives you a +2 prayer bonus, so we've got 46/44 prayer now, a little bit of a boost for fight caves. Now once again here I could log out and wait for minigame teleport back to Ferox, but I don't care about wasting 30 seconds, so we're running back to Ferox. Once I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and refresh my run energy for the fight caves, because that will definitely come in handy. So with this pool here, I will refresh my run to 100, which I need, and now I'm going to log out and wait for my Fight Pits minigame teleport to get to the fight caves and finally start the actual challenge. Alright, our timer is up. Going to go ahead and start the fight caves now. I'm not going to finish it obviously today, but going to go ahead and do the teleport to the fight pit. Whoa, that lowered my stats back down. I don't know why that stupid stinking thing. I thought it would just restore my run energy and my stats, but it lowered my prayer from 46 to 44, which I had boosted from the monastery. Oh, that's good to know now, but I wasted that monastery trip. I guess I still got the monk top, but still that's kind of irritating. So yeah, I'm gonna run up here and we're gonna go in at 57, or is it 53? I don't know. We gotta log out though while we're here. So we're going for rotation 2 once again. I believe because it's winter daylight savings time, we're going to go in at 11:53. So I'm going to log in 11:53 and then hop into the caves. That's in 10 minutes. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about here, basically the fight cave rotations are on a global timer, and I want to get a specific set of NPCs in a certain way during this rotation to help optimize my time and help keep me away from the level 22 bats that drain my prayer throughout this fight cave. Alright, here we go. Let's go. I think we're at 53 now. This should be rotation 2. If not, I'll waste a whole 30 seconds. I'm also going to switch this up to there. Okay. Alright, so that's our first bat dead. We're on rotation number 2 once again. I'm going to be doing some prey flicking, but not a lot of eagle eye flicking, especially in the higher level NPCs, just because if I mess up or if I lag at all just the slightest bit, I'm going to be punished and get one hit killed by like a major. So I'm also going to avoid a lot of one-tick prey flicking while I'm talking and do a lot of lazy flicking along the way to be safe. So I'm going to continue on throughout the waves. You kind of saw this in my Jangerberry Fire Cave video, but yeah, we're just going to do a lot of flicking, a lot of avoiding bats. Instead of snaring this time, I'm just going to try and out DPS them basically. And if that doesn't work, well then we're just going to lose some prayer points. So that's the plan. I'll get back with you in some of the later waves here. Alright, we've made it to the 180s. I lost a few prayer points back on some level 22s. We're making some progress here. We're not trying to log out as much. I'm trying to speed run this a little bit too, because I'm trying to get a faster time obviously, and I'm flicking, you know, eagle eye here. So it's a little bit different than the Jangerberry Fire Cave just because I'm not logging out all the time and I'm not trying to prepare myself for every little thing. I'm just, you know, kind of going as it is. But yeah, we're on the 180s super fast here. 15 minutes into the cave. We're on the 180s. I don't think I've logged out maybe one time I logged out just to make sure on the wave check, but we're using the 180 to block the bats. Just like I was using the range before to block the bats, on these 180 waves, we're getting a lot of bat damage in without taking any damage from them, which would lower our prayer because we have no fucking prayer pots right on us right now. We just have Jangerberry potions. Once again, starting out the waves with one tick flicks when I can't see these NPCs, and then running up on them and sometimes lazy flicking them, sometimes quick prey, one tick flicking them, especially the ranges when I get closer into range here. Okay, we're on wave 26. We just got 42 range. Now this wave should kind of place itself together just by me sitting on the back wall here. Everything should get trapped and lined up perfectly. As you can see, the melee, the 90, and then the 22 and the 45 are going to come behind that. So what I want to do first here is switch over to killing this. And then I'm going to kill the two 22s out of its body, and then kill the bat before I kill the melee, because the range would then come up next to me instead of the blob. We're speeding through these waves. We're soon to hit the majors already. Alright, and that's the bat, and then back onto the melee, and then the range. So everything in this wave lines up perfectly. It's all about placement, really, in this fight caves. Like, that's it. Placement and making sure you don't miss any flicks. Next wave is 2 bat waves, and 2 bat waves on this account are not good. So we're going to block off this. We're going to block off those 2. Then we're going to use the 45 to block the melee so it doesn't heal. And then there's another bat on the north side of this wall here. So once again, it's all about placement. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time and concentrate, really. Alright, we're making record timing. We're about to get to wave, to the majors, wave 31 in under an hour. Actually, it's probably over an hour because I logged out once. I was saying I'm not trying to log out to save some time, but I did log out once. And like all the other waves, I'm going to prep the next one. Oh, there's a server lag. I'm going to prep the next one by flicking mage until he hits me, and then just cycling it into the lazy flicks with the bone crossbow, which means it's going to take a long time to kill a mage, and that's exactly what I'm going to see, how long it takes to kill a mage in the next wave. So I feel like it's not going to be as bad as I think it'll be, but it'll probably be comparable to the last cape I did. I think the bone crossbow is actually a little bit better DPS, or if not the same. Let's see. Alright, we've just got the achievement diary, the cool little noise. So this 360 is coming in. It's going to trap the 22 there. I'm going to go out and prey flick it. That was about a 4-minute kill, so let's try our hand at something better than that. Alright, this is one of the few waves I have to take on actually 2 of these bats and out DPS them before they reach me. Can we do it? Oh god, this ain't looking good. We're gonna log. Look at this fucking top tier strat. Okay, so we're gonna try that again. We get a second attempt here. Like I said, we do have to kill these 2 bats as fast as possible, so I'm gonna go ahead and kite them and hopefully, you know, actually get this part done. He did hit me for 1. Didn't hit the log out fast enough with the ping, but luckily it was a 0 and it only lowered my prayer by 1, so that's not the worst thing. I kind of fucked that up, but yeah, let's get to killing some more 360s now. Alright, we're logging into wave 45, day 2, but still under the 10-hour mark of the entire fight caves. Let's do this. This wave will have 2 ranges separated out from the mage with this wonderful rotation too, so I'll know exactly where to go. I'll go from the corner first, and then I'll lure the other range around and finally take out the mage. Alright, there's the first range. Gonna go ahead and lure the second over here. Alright, that's both rangers killed. Now there's just the mage on the west side of this rock I gotta take care of. Once again right here, I'm using a fat major to block another fat NPC right behind him. Later, you'll be probably seeing me use this for bats, trapping behind majors, because that's much more important than this 180 right here. But you know, you get the gist. Let's continue on. Once again, we're using the shit spot here. It's going to be handy though because it traps the mage right east of the melee, as well the 2 bats are trapped behind the melee, so I can handle those last without risking any prayer points. Let's do this, baby! Okay, we've got the major on the south side of this rock here, and we've got this melee blocking the other melee. So if this 180 is sitting behind this 45, it's not going to heal itself. So that's exactly why I prepped this wave this way, and I can just flick the 45 in front of the 180. And then once I'm done with both of these NPCs, I can then run south and take out the 360 last for the finish of the wave. I told you would see this major blocking something more important, that being a bat, and here we are right here on this wave right now. We've got a 22 behind the major, so it can't do any damage on me. It can't make me lose any prayer points that I need, and so on. We're going to take care of that later, but for now, let's flick down this mage. This is going to be another instance of trapping things behind each other and walls. There's a 360 over there, and then there's a 180, and this 45 right here. And then there's even a 22 that I can trap after I kill the 180 behind the 45. So no prayer lost as well. Still doing extremely good on prayer. We've got 36 prayer points. So we've lost 8 prayer points in total. We're on wave 51. We have an entire inventory of Jangerberries still. Haven't used any supplies. So right now, we're about to hit the 10-hour mark. My timer is like frozen. It keeps doing that every time I log out. But I know if I add 32 minutes to the timer we have now, which is like 9 hours and 28 minutes, something like 9 hours and 24 minutes, then it pretty much we're at 10 hours. Unfortunately, I wanted this cape to be less than 10 hours, but sometimes we just have to take what we're given, and I don't know. I could have minimized maybe 30 minutes to an hour in this run, but I think we'll be well over 30 minutes to an hour over the 10-hour mark anyways, as I just get hit. I can't talk and pray flick at the same time. It's very difficult. But yeah, we should be at the 10-hour mark in like 2 whole minutes, so that's unfortunate, but that's how it goes. We're almost on wave 53 though. We almost did it. We almost got the cape in under 10 hours, but still 11 hours, 12 hours, even up to fucking 18 hours is going to be the record. So I think we still got this one in the bag. So I don't think I've covered this yet, but I have to stand sometimes directly on this tile, and if I was a little bit more south, I'd get busted on by that mage over there, but that's because the Dorg Siba range is so short. Now this is a strange wave. I probably shouldn't be talking because I want to fuck up a prey flick again. This is a strange wave though because we have a 360 and a bat on that side, and then we have a 180 over there. I'll show you what I'm going to do to lure the 360 out here in a second. To keep the bat behind it, I have to go to an exact tile, or else the bat will wrap around the NPC and come at me, and I really don't want to lose prayer points, so I want to trap the bat off for as long as possible. Now, I'm going to go exactly to this tile out here, I believe, and that's going to trap the bat behind the 360. And now I'm just going to prey flick this thing for probably 6 minutes straight, like always. Alright, so we've killed the bat, everything's killed finally, and now we just have to kill the 180 to move on to the next wave. But yeah, this wave was kind of an odd one, but everything lined up perfectly, as long as you know, once again, where to position yourself, that's the main thing, where to step, all of that good stuff. Alright, this wave I'm probably going to lose some prayer. Just how it goes, but we killed it. Okay, that should be good for now. This is kind of complicated. I think I should be able to hit the bat behind him. It's going to be between him and a 90, so I'm gonna have to pray flick range and stand right before that tile and then hit the bat with a rapid, and hopefully that works out. It should. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't know, I'm wasting time just talking about it. I forget this is a speed run sometimes. Okay, we can reach it, thank God. We didn't get dragged out in front of the mage and melee. Gonna pull the 90 back. Okay. Okay, normally here, if you've seen this before, I usually start a few tiles southeast, but this is further back because my ranged weapon is so short range. I had to kind of drag the 360 more, and I have to run to this tile. I'm wasting prayer. Okay, we still trapped that 45 barely. The 180 looks kind of sketch. He is still trapped by the 360, thank God. I've never actually tried to do this lure, so this is the first time. First time for everything. Okay, this is it. This is basically the wave that's going to tell us if we're going to get this cape or not, if we're going to make it to Jad or not, all of that. That bat's coming at me. I don't have snares like my last account. I'm going to have to try and out DPS it. It's going to come from the southeast here in a second, and I'm going to switch between my protect melee and range. It should be off tick, hopefully. I don't even know. If it's not, it's really going to fuck us. Let's see. Can we... Okay, good hit. First hit. Not good hit. Come on, die. I'm wasting prayer points, but it's necessary. This thing has to die. There's no other way for this weird account here. Okay. We did it. Kind of. I ate all my Jenga berries before this wave, so we had max prayer points. 24 prayer points left. We should be able to do this. The only thing I need to leave prayer on for now is lag or just getting the healers on Jad. Okay, I took a nap. A much needed one. I'm gonna log into Jad now and do that real quick. I gotta turn those up a bit, man. That's way too quiet. I need to hear his attacks. Right off the bat, I know a lot of you are going to be asking me, why don't I just lure Jad out right here and trap the healers behind him, because that'll save more time. You don't have to kill the healers, and then you can actually get Jad's HP down a little bit quicker. Normally I would do that, but under these specific circumstances, I feel just a lot more comfortable going at Jad from behind Italy Rock, so I can run back behind Italy in case something bad happens, like a lag or really any weird unpredictable moment in time. Basically, I'd just rather be safe than sorry, as I've seen so many people choke on Jad even during these speedruns. Alright, it's time to take on these healers with the freaky short attack range that this actual Dorgishan crossbow has. I could barely reach all these things, but I think we got it here. Wasting a few prayer points, but that's okay. Like I said earlier, better safe than sorry. Five hours, 50-minute cave. That's actually relatively quick. I did flick eagle eye on a lot of stuff off camera here. That time's wrong on the adventure log, or whatever the fuck it's called. I'm gonna go ahead and log back out to fix that. Our time will update when we log back in. I'm also gonna head to Hans just to let you guys know that this, is legit. So 12 hours. Oh, I guess that time was right. Sometimes the clock freezes, sometimes it doesn't. 12 hours, 4 minutes. The 12-hour fire cape UIM. Unfortunately, didn't get it under 12 hours, just missed that barely. Gonna go ahead and check the real time on Hans just to make sure. No pet, obviously. Let me go ahead and grab the UIM armor as well, just to show you guys that I am in fact the UIM. I do use a name changer on these videos for obvious reasons with my past, but I am a UIM. As you can see, bam, we got the UIM armor on. We are 38 combat, I almost said 57 for some fucking reason. Let's go see the age at Hans. Turn the metronome off. 12 hours since we arrived here 2 days ago. So 12 hours, 4 minutes. It was really 12 hours, 2 minutes when the cave was over. So that's our account. We've gotten a fire cape only at 38 combat with 48 range, 44 prayer, and 37 HP to finish. Started 40 range and 30 HP to start. So yeah, this was my first attempt at the UIM fire cape from scratch speedrun. It was a very test-driven attempt. It wasn't anything that serious, but I did manage to beat the record by quite a few hours. Now, I could see this route being perfected a little bit more, cut down to maybe 10 hours and 45 minutes or 11 hours. I poked around sometimes in the fight caves. I didn't always flick Eagle Eye, especially on the majors, just because you need really stable internet and server connection, and I don't have either of those. So someone could probably take this entire method and just, tee it down a bit and perfect it by maybe another hour. Another tip on that is I could have probably saved maybe another 5 to 10 minutes by not getting that 5th inventory of steel plate legs, as I had both extra bone bolts and iron arrows. Also, I possibly have yet a whole nother route I could see myself doing, one that can even get this down to 9.5 hours, closer to the under 10 hour mark that I was shooting for originally, but that's going to be a whole nother concept in mind. On that note, maybe you'll see that from me in the future, maybe you won't, I don't know. For now, I'm a little bit burnt out of fight caves yet again, so I hope you all enjoyed this video today. If you did, check out my other series. It's a very casual series involving my Snowflake Ironman, where I just can't really exchange any GP or XP for tradable items. I know, a really weird concept, but I feel like you'll get drawn into it if you give it a chance. I'll link the playlist in the description below once again. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed today's content, and I'll see you again here soon.